Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video, as usual, giving y'all that good content, man. If you're new to the channel, if you ain't new to the channel, make sure you go like, share the video. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna do a new segment, trying to change things up with my channel. I've been wanting to do this, but if you watch a couple of my videos prior, I mentioned I'll start putting like the prices versus the shop and stuff like that. But I'm gonna actually do a whole segment on this thing. I have other segments that I want to do. They just ain't had the time. I've been kind of slacking off a little bit, but we're gonna start doing it now. So what we're gonna talk about today: the cost to change brake pads, DIY, which is do it yourself, versus going to the auto shop or going to the dealership or the dealership, you would say. So let's get right into it. So these are the recommended tools that you need to do this job. Mind you, that a shop or what we're gonna do, what I normally do is compare it to your mechanic, because your mechanic is a little bit cheaper than the shop. It's like $50 cheaper, depending on the service of it, really. But so these are the recommended tools: a trolley jack or a bottle jack. Now, bottle jack is normally used for a SUV because you're gonna slide it right under there. A bottle jack will not work for a sedan unless you got a lift kit on your sedan, which I don't agree with, just throwing it out there. But you need a trolley jack, which is the picture to the left. So you just pump it up. You need these types of jacks. It makes it easier. So this is what you need. I say need. It's recommended. These are recommended tools. Now, you can use the jack that comes with the car, but it takes so much longer to jack the car up. I could imagine being on the side of the road and you having to twirl it around and things like that. When you get a pump, or trolley jack, or a bottle jack, you literally just a couple pumps, done. But once again, recommended tools, you need a trolley jack. It's one of the first things you need. One of the main things you need, because you can't jack your car up, you can't get to your brakes. So now it is better to have a shop. If you have like your own shop or actual lift kit, then you can just lift it up and do it that way. It's easier than that. Easier than actually using the jack. You just press a button, it lifts the lift kit, the lift thing lifts it up, and that's pretty much it. Let's go to the next segment or piece. So you need a 4-way lug wrench, or you need a 4-way lug wrench. These are basic. So we're just doing the basic of the tools. So a 4-way lug wrench, this is what you need. I mean, it's simple, it's inexpensive. All this stuff is inexpensive. So I'm gonna show y'all towards the end, but a lot of this stuff is inexpensive. It really is. So this is what you need. 4-way lug wrench costs about, I mean, with inflation going on right now, the cost of everything is more. So it's like $5 or $10 more, sometimes $20 more. So I'm gonna talk about the cost towards the end as well. So I don't want to get into the cost. I just want to get into the recommended tools that you need. Let's go to the next set. You need a drive socket set. So you need a set. It's cheaper to buy a set. You can go to AutoZone and buy the actual 3/8 drive or the 1/2 drive or the 4/16 drive in the socket itself that goes directly to your brake. I'm sorry, the tool the exact fitment that you need for your brakes to get off the caliper or whatever you want to call it. So you can get those exact tools, but you'll spend about the same amount of money if you just get a set. You have a set, you have multiple tools in your arsenal. So yeah, you have multiple tools in your arsenal. So by you doing this, and I'm gonna keep saying it throughout these whole segment, because I'm gonna do a bunch of segments. I'm gonna do segments on basic stuff. Like, you need pretty much no experience to do this stuff. You need no expert level, no advanced, no professional, nothing like that. This is basic stuff that you can do yourself instead of going to the auto shop doing. These tools do not cost much. And then once you have these tools, they are an investment. So if you don't have these tools right now, you're actually spending more money in the long run. Or at least you spend more money from your first time actually working on your vehicle. You spend more money. But at the end of the day, when you have more repairs that you can easily do, that you might YouTube, that you might find in books, it's like, I had these tools already, so I can use them. So get a drive socket set. It's not expensive at all. and you need your brake pads. One of the last things you need is your brake pads. And I'm going to show you all the cost of everything here, and we're going to go back to this presentation or this part of the video. So just hold on for a second, and then we'll be right back here in a minute. So this is just a quick overview. So you can get your 4-way lug wrench from Harbor Freight for $15. Go to Walmart, you can probably get it for cheaper. And here is a drive socket kit, it's $12.88. You can probably get it for cheaper somewhere else. This is Walmart though, but that's a pretty good, decent deal for a drive kit. And this is your brake pads and stuff. I'll mention it later on, but like $40. If you, depending on what material that you want, you're gonna pay more for it. So get the best material, I would say. And then this is a bottle jack. A bottle jack costs you about $30. This is from Harbor Freight. I would rather you get your parts from Harbor Freight, but if not, go to Walmart, go the cheapest route, man. Just do it yourself. And a trolley jack. Last but not least, a trolley jack. This is very needed. It's for if you got multiple cars, get this. This is not expensive at all. Simple as that, man. Get that. So after we just spoke about all that, I showed y'all what it costs. This is just a rough estimate. It's not the exact estimate. So once again, if you have these tools, you pretty much just paying for the parts. Kind of how I am now. I just pay for the parts. I already have pretty much every tool and on demand, damn near. But if you're just starting off, this is it's pretty simple, pretty easy. So a 4-way lug wrench costs you about $15 and under. Before inflation hit, a lug wrench would cost you about literally $6 or $7, like dead ass. $6 or $7, but $15 and under for decent lug wrenches. And this is a 4-way lug. So you want to get a 4-way lug because you might need it for somebody else, or you might have a second car in your garage or another car that you have. You don't have a lug wrench at all. It's just easier to use it because you can twirl it around. Now you can go get a power drill or what's it called? A battery powered power drill that can just zip them out. That's more of an advanced thing, but just for basic kind of like survival, stuck on the side of the road tools, you need this stuff. So a 4-way lug wrench, recommended. I do not recommend using the stuff that the manufacturer put in the car with you. It just takes a lot longer. You got to invest in yourself. Once again, a trolley jack, actually $45 and under if you want a basic jack. So you're going to spend around, a bottle jack is normally like $20. A trolley jack is normally around the same price, but they, once again, due to inflation, and I might say that a lot, but due to inflation, it costs a little bit more. So you can go to Harbor Freight to get most of these tools. They have good warranties and decent things like that. So you're going to get a trolley jack for like $30. And I showed y'all in the pictures before as well, just to give y'all an estimate of what you're looking at. It's not expensive at all. We're going to get to that final price at the end. It's going to be quick videos, quick, straight to the cut. I'm trying to make them quick, straight to the cut at least. Needed a drive socket set. I'm going to get a drive socket set at Walmart, probably for cheaper than $8. You know what I'm saying? So $15 and under. These are just rough estimates, just the taxes and everything. So this is a basic drive set, $15 and under. The brake pads itself, they can be $35 or more. And the reason I put the $35 because the rear pads, and this is based off of Dodge Charger, the brake pads at least. The rear pads can cost $35 for the whole set for both, so you get 4 pads for $35. The front set can be sometimes $5 or $10 more, so you'll pay the most I've seen, but which I believe I'll show you on the pictures as well, is $41. And that's just for the basic stuff. Now, when it comes to brake pads, you want to go a little bit more expensive. You want to get the chromatic coating pads, or I forget the exact name. I haven't brought brake pads in a while, but you want to get like the top of the line stuff. And we'll go into why you want to get top of the line stuff as well, and why these shops and stuff actually charge you these prices as well. So brake pads, you want to kind of go once again more than that, but let's get to the next slide, man. So I want to show y'all this real quick, just a little price comparison. Your mechanic I'll probably choose the best. Some things you can't go to your mechanic for, you got to take to the shop. But these are the prices. Just take a pause right here and look at what you get compared to do it yourself. All in all, total cost plus the time. So let's go with the time. This is a 30-minute to an hour job. I mean, it really isn't long at all. And my expertise level, this is like a 20-minute job, both sides. Boom, boom, done. Because you already know the ins and outs. There's really no stuck bolt here and there with that. I mean, there really ain't. unless you're just riding on like no pads, you're just riding on the metal. You might have an issue with that, but just basic brake pads, man. You just take them in, put them in, take them out, put them in. As simple as that. So it could take 30 minutes to an hour. Now, once again, this is based off basic maintenance, like no experience level needed. It'll probably take you an hour if you've never done it before, because you're trying to get used to everything. But the DIY price is $115. Now, with the pictures I showed you before this, towards the middle of the clip, or towards the middle of the clip, you'll probably spend about $80 on all of this, all the equipment if you don't have it already. Once again, like I say, if you already have all the equipment that you invested in, because you're not just gonna take it back, I mean, unless you want to do that, but you want to keep that investment. So, for somebody else that can speak on this as well down in the comment section, if you're a mechanic, you already have. If you work on cars normally, or you do your own DIY projects in the first place, you already have tools, you already have everything you need. You're literally just paying for the pads. The pads, it can cost. Now the 115 is just like with the front pads, because most of the time your front pads are going out the fastest. Your rear pads pretty much rarely go out. Like you never have to replace those. Your front pads is always going to wear and tear more. So that's what this price is based off of. Now you can throw $35 on top of that, so it's like $140 total, which should still be a little lower because I'm just exaggerating the numbers to show you what it is compared to the shop. So 115 for a full all the way around. Let's say your front pads are bad and your rear pads are bad. You're going to spend 140 something on the pads, probably 130 to be honest, just to be real. Now, if you already have all the tools and equipment, all you need is legitimately the brake pads, and that's it. So you're spending like $80 on the brake pads, full all the way around, maybe less, depending. It's all based on the car. So once again, I said this is based off of Dodge Charger. So if I had like my Dodge Dart or something like that, the pads are like $20. Like for the top tier pads, like $20, $30 for the top tier pads. So you spend less time, and every car is different. But pretty much they're all the same. Brake pads and how the disc brakes and stuff are like, they're pretty much the same. Now the shop is going to charge you $170 off the rip, and I believe I'll show you all that as well in the clip before this. I inserted in the middle of this. You're going to spend between $170 and $190 at your mechanic or the dealership. And the reason I like your mechanic, I'm going to continue to use them throughout these segments, because your mechanic, they come to you for a cheaper price than with the dealership. You got to go to the dealership. See what I'm saying? So, but a lot of times with your mechanic, you can buy your own parts and just have them come out and work on it. Just make sure the parts fit. Now, I would say with your mechanic as well, if you know nothing about cars, I would rather have them get the brake pads that we're speaking about, because they're going to get the top tier brake pads. They're not getting no BS like that. I used your mechanic before. They're not getting no BS. They get the top of the line stuff. So you as the customer won't have to worry about it no more. So that's why the prices are where they are. So you can literally get your own pads. You can go into the Your Mechanic site and go and click and say, "Oh, I'm bringing my own tools," and the price will probably jump down to like $80 or something like that. But once again, it's still better to do it yourself because you do it at your own time. So let's say the mechanic's not available. Let's say that mechanic gets sick. Or let's say the dealership's closed. Because things are closing nowadays. So let's say the dealership closed, you can't get to the dealership, your mechanic canceled on you, you really need your pads today. It's best to just do it yourself anyway, because you can do it at any time. You get off work or whatever you got to do, you can do it at any time on your Sundays off. Whatever you got to do, you know what I'm saying? So, but 115 compared to 170, that's a lot of money. And imagine, once again, you already got these tools. For me, I'm just going to say $60 for everything. $60 compared to 170. Because you're paying for their time and their parts, their top tier parts and all that. So, we got to put all this stuff into perspective, man. But other than that, that's going to make it a wrap for the video. If you're new to the channel, once again, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you like this segment, man, leave a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Y'all want me to keep doing this? I'm probably going to keep doing it anyway. But let me know if y'all want me to keep doing this. Do y'all like it? See the difference between the shop and that. And next video probably gonna be like something simple, like I'm trying to think of something off the top. Something simple like how to change your tire or something like that, or disc brakes. You know what I'm saying? How to change your thermostat. Simple stuff like that. That's what we're going to be talking about. Just comparing and contrasting. But other than that, let's make it a wrap for the video. Leave your comments down below. Smash the subscribe button. Turn on all post notifications to notify you on this video. Let's go to my process now.